right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. Here's your host. The new Black.
All right, beautiful people, man. Good evening to you. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the new Black Wall Street as we are going to continue our lesson plan. That's right. We got crypto learning going on. I want to apologize. I tell you guys, I don't know when I'm going to come on every day. Okay. So I think the best bet, if this is something that you find valuable, is to just make sure you subscribe, receive notifications. I do try to plan it or at least put it out so that you guys know what time, even though I don't know what time I'm going to come on until I have time. So at any rate, but I'm trying. I'm not going to say I'm trying. I'm committing. I'm committed to learning. So we're covering at least one a day, and maybe just not on Sunday. I'm not quite sure, but we'll go at least cover one a day. That's my commitment to myself, and hopefully, it's something that you benefit from. So we'll be going through. We'll get our crypto learning on here today. We'll be covering a coin called Dai. It's a stable coin. We'll be covering that here today. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. The book that I wrote, guys, is a study of Black wealth. It's a study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just truly believe that if you want to be wealthy, I see that that's a big if, by the way, but if you do, I recommend that you study wealthy people. All right, beautiful people, man. You can find that book by simply going to the website, theblackbillionairesclub.com, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Pick up your copy today. If you want to get around brothers and sisters who are serious about building wealth and building business, then we also do have a club that you can choose to join as well. You can find the tab on the website as well. If it's something that you find to be valuable for yourself and you want to join and connect with like-minded brothers and sisters. I will say we do have a cap on our membership, but tonight we'll be doing a development session. So we do development, personal development, business development, and also teach you how to invest and trade. So those are the two main things that we do is we bring more talent into our club and ask ourselves not what the club can do for us, but what we can do for the club. If you are joining us here and you are in the BBC, go ahead and put in console hashtag BBC so that we know that you're here. I'll tell you, today has been such an interesting day, guys. So I tried to, I wanted to come on earlier, but, with this whole thing that's going on with GameStop and AMC, my phone been blowing up because, of course, we did a session on Tuesday night to address it in advance. But, of course, very few people are concerned about, wanting to listen to stuff when they got their emotions and their money tied into stuff. And so, the hammer got dropped today. Or a halfway hammer got dropped today, and I anticipate that tomorrow is going to be more of that hammer because Fridays is the day where you normally see options being expired, and you also see a lot of selling going on. So Friday is a day that a lot of people capture profits and things like that, but also it's a great day to buy. So if you happen to have a watch list and you're an investor, you may be able to find something that you've been looking at on sale. That's typically what happens on Friday. So today was a good day to take some profit. But these things happen. This is not not new. We saw this coming. I think everybody saw it coming. It's just a matter of if you were in a position, could you get out of it before it happened? You know what I mean? So it is what it is. That's all I can say. I mean, you have to be a fool to not know that this was coming down the pipe. But we got people who, they believe. It's great. It's great. I'm telling you though, I'm not the kind of guy that's going to put my money on the line for other hard-headed knuckleheads believing that they're going to stay on code. Okay. What they talking about don't make no sense. They talking about they got this plan together and all this stuff. I said, your plan is out in the open. Like, who plays chess when the opponent knows what you're going to do? Who's going to do that? And the problem is they know what you're going to do, but you don't know what they're going to do. So I'm trying my best not to get on my soapbox because, you know, I've been doing this for a little minute, and I feel like sometimes y'all be trying to act like I'm stupid. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, good evening to you, man. To the Taylor, Roundaway Girls in the house. Thanks so much for joining. Vivian Reed as well. Appreciate you. Always showing your support. As my sister, man. This is who I call on for the crypto combo. And my sister here, Yana. Thanks so much, man. Suit to you as well. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, Vivian. That's right. GameStop. Miss Peters, where you been? Where you been? You up there in Miami taking over, huh? You up there in Florida taking over. I hear that. It was kind of obvious, right? It was kind of obvious. Anyway, so we're going to cover Dai today. And I will say this, guys. What also has happened is that while people's eyes are all glued on what's going on with GameStop and AMC and all that stuff, Wall Street bets and all that stuff, I'm the type of guy to be like, well, what are they not looking at? What are they not talking about? Because that's how I make my money. I make my money on what they're not talking about, what's not in the news, what's not mainstream. And I'll tell you, it seems like some people took their eyes off of crypto. You know, like 3 weeks ago, crypto was the buzz. It was all this talk, maybe 4 weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, for $40,000 in Bitcoin. They was like, yeah. You know what? When they was talking about it then, I wasn't talking about it. And now you have this, what we call fear in the market, in the stock market. And what happens when there's fear? Money starts to move. It starts to go to some place where it feels like it has an opportunity to grow. And so money has exited the market. And guess what? I believe some of that money kind of trickled down over here into the thing called cryptocurrency. So as we see here, Bitcoin over the past 24 hours, maybe you can't see that. It does look like it's a little small. See if I can take it up just a little bit for you. I think I can make it a little bit bigger for you. Do it like that. Oh, that should be better. That should be better. Bitcoin's up 9% over the past 24 hours. Ethereum's up 9% over the past 24 hours. Bitcoin Cash is up 7.55%. Litecoin's up 8%. Stellar Lumen's up 20%. The Graph is up 17%. Compound is up 16%. CeeLo, we talked about this morning. For those that are on my live trading session, I do go live in the morning before everybody wakes up. We talked about that being a converse, something that moves in opposition of the market. Maker's up 5%. EOS is up 9%. Chainlink is up 12%. Right? USD Coin, Dai, that's what we're going to cover today. Tezos is up 6.75%. And Cosmos. Now look at this. Cosmos is up 16% in the past 24 hours. Let me say this. We've covered Cosmos, right? So what's going on, Han Hellas? Let me go ahead and block you real quick. Real quick like. Yeah, there we go. Let me go ahead and hit that block button. That ain't going to work on my stream. Yeah, but I'm sorry. Got to go. Gotta go. Get up out of here. All right. So the thing about Cosmos, right? We covered Cosmos last week. I think we all got excited about it. What's interesting about Cosmos is up 16%. Plus it actually has that 5% staking on it, that 5% staking reward, APY. So I'm able to accrue all my little 16% plus. I'm able to get that 5% on the back end just for holding. And so it's a lot of different kind of things that's going on here that's very similar to what we see in regular finance or whatever. And this would be called decentralized finance or DeFi. That's kind of what some of these coins are. Now, of course, I will say we're going to be using Coinbase as a base to kind of learn. And there are some coins, a lot of coins that aren't covered, aren't tradable on Coinbase. And because I guess they kind of vet out, or they have to have partnerships or whatever they do. So anyway, I see the question about Dogecoin. I can look at it real quick. As far as give you I haven't studied it to give you any real, like, what are my thoughts on it? But it's up 100%, I believe, over the past. I don't know how long I saw it. Up 222%. They call it a joke coin. I think Elon Musk joked about it at some point in time. You know, I guess I could probably cover this maybe tomorrow. You know, again, the purpose of what I'm doing here is just to learn about the coins itself, not necessarily give my opinion on where they're going, because I have not done enough research. But over the past 24 hours, up 222%. So hopefully, your person that bought a penny, I would consider this to be a penny crypto. This is not something that's tradable on Coinbase. So you will have to have some other type of crypto broker somewhere. I'd imagine a Kraken or a Bittrex or something like that. Probably you can probably trade the Dogecoin. So yeah, so that's kind of what it is. So yeah, there's some things that are doing absolutely phenomenal. I will say, you know, as we're talking in that manner, we could go over here to prices and we can see Doge is not the only one that's doing well, right? So when you start looking in this manner, you start to find other coins, right? Future Rocks is up, you know, 32,000% in the past 24 hours. Crypto Boss Coin, all these, you know, probably DeFi. Look at this. This is a DeFi coin is up 1,600%. Voice speed. So we can, you know, you can dive into, you can go as far down as you like to go, and you see quite a few that are 16 other coins that are actually perform better than Doge over the past 24 hours. Now, of course, you know, these are probably not the most, I'm not going to say not the most traded, but they're probably less known coins, maybe just entered the market or something like that. And you probably have to, they also may be less liquid, hard to find where you can actually trade them. You know, but some of these have some pretty interesting market caps. Like this number one coin here, it's got $351,000 as far as the market coin. But I would be more interested to probably look at something like this when you start getting to the millions, like Voice. You know, I think, you know, the more money that's connected to a particular coin will probably help it stand the test of time, because it's going to take a little bit of money to take that thing down. But of course, you see Doge being $3.5 billion market cap, being the biggest of these coins that you know, that are ahead of it. So you know, that's just some random quick thoughts on it. Yeah, you know, the thing is, if you just watched it go up 222%, I will wait. Now take this, understand this as well. Like the whole market is up right now, right? So, you know, is it moving along with the market? I mean, for some people, they said they've been waiting on it for 3 years to jump. So, you know, I don't chase gains like that. You know, that's just not my style. It's nothing wrong with it, but you know, just not my style. So anyway, we'll come over to Dai. Take a look here. That's what we're going to cover here today. So hopefully that was helpful. I'll cover Doge tomorrow. Just remind me. I'll do Doge tomorrow. I mean, why not? I don't know nothing about it, so at least we can find out where you can trade it at. What I guess what markets or what exchanges. This is what is exchanges and stuff like that. All right. So anyway, what's going on, Mr. Almanu? What's up, man? So the Dai, right? So the Dai is what we consider to be a stable coin. Everybody put console stable. We also have learned that this is connected to the Maker coin. So there was a Maker coin we covered maybe last week, and we said we'll get to the stable coins later. And so this is one of the first stable coins I'm covering. The other one will be USDC, and then also Tether. So so if I'm gonna cover Doge tomorrow, which will be Friday, then I guess I'll cover another stable coin on Saturday. I'm not going in any particular order. I'm just trying to get this thing together. So anyway, this is going to pretty much stay at $1. Okay, it's pretty much going to be it's stable because it's meant to really just follow the dollar. So it's meant to stay at $1 the whole time, to be able to give you a coin that you can just kind of you can do some cool stuff, right? You can protect your coins, right? You know, if you sell something for a profit and you don't want to bring it out to market, you can convert it to a stable coin, and you know that it's going to pretty much stay its current rate. It's really not going to lose value because it's going to stay at whatever it is. Not going to go up, not going to go down. It's going to stay where it is. It's a little bit different than a regular dollar. because the dollar actually could lose value. You can lose buying power on the dollar based upon inflation, but I guess you could lose buying power this way as well. But you really are just it's almost like a glorified savings account in a sense, in a way, but it's tradable. You can trade it out to get something else as well. So anyway, it's going to be $1. That's not going to change. It's going to always be $1. It may jump up at some point. If it jumps up like this, they're going to do something about that to make sure it comes right back down to $1. We'll probably find that out in just a second. Now, this particular stable coin has $1.6 billion. So we just looked at Doge. It had 3.4 or something like that, 5.6 billion. So this has less money connected to this Dai coin than the Dogecoin. We have 1.6 billion Dais that are Dai coins that are actually circulating in supply right now. We take that 1.6 billion, multiply it times 1. That would then give us our market cap of 1.6 billion. So that's how these three things work together. Circulating supply, multiply times price gives you your market cap. You got over 240 million transactions that took place between buyers and sellers. It's the total dollar value amount of all the transactions that's taken place from all exchanges, not just Coinbase, for this Dai coin over the past 24 hours. And on this particular platform, being Coinbase, it's the 23rd most popular coin. And typically, people who those investors or people that acquire this coin, they hold it for roughly about 8 days. So that's a week. It's not terribly long, but they hold it for about a week. And I can tell you, like, from a trading mindset, it's like, okay, there's some people who trade every hour. There's some people who might trade every day. There's some people who might trade every week. So this could be a good stable coin for that trader who's going to, make weekly trades, come in, convert their money, convert it back, whatever the case may be, and then get into some positions. And then whatever they don't use, they convert it back to Dai and they go on about their merry way. Now, why would you do that? Well, you may consider holding some of it because of this. You have your 2% APY that's going to be actually an annual percentage yield. They consider this to be a staking reward for those who own Dai or hold Dai, and you got hold being HODL, hold on for dear life. If you hold it, then as you hold it, they'll actually pay your interest rate of 2%. This rate here to have your money over here is basically almost probably beating, or if not, is right at one of the best rates you can have if you have your money in a savings account. Now, we can find that out by doing something like going to bankrate.com. You can find out what the rates are in your particular area. So I'll just give you an idea here. We got banking, we got probably got savings accounts, right? And then because this is where some people have their money still for some reason, and we can see here my zip code, or close to my zip code, is here. Let's do let's do $500 being the deposit amount, and then we can do all our products. So we see here that savings account rates. You know what I'm saying? The best rate right now for a savings account, and this is looking at 51 different products. FDIC insured, that's the part that probably gets you. Hey, you feel like your money's insured, and if something's happened to money, they'll pay you back. But the best rate is 0.6% right now. Okay. Now I can take this up and say, okay, then am I going to get a better rate if I put $5,000 in there? No, the best rate right now. Now this makes sense as well, right? Because if rates are at an all-time low, then they can't offer you a big rate. And oh, okay. All right, thank you so much, Ayana. You can't hold you can't they can't offer you a large rate if the rates are super low either, right? That would be you winning, and that's not the goal. The goal is not for you to win when it comes to this thing called money. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on there. We talked about it. I do have some Dai that's going on over here. Over in my account. I don't know if I can. I'll try to show you what that thing is doing. It's not doing a whole lot. I mean, it's just 2%, but it's 2% is better. Albert Einstein said that the person who understands compound interest, they earn it, and the person who doesn't understand it, they pay it. And for too long in my life, I was a person that didn't understand compound interest, and I was the person that ended up paying it. And so I'm trying to help people to understand that you can really have your money working for you in a lot of different ways, passively, aggressively, and all that stuff. So what is Dai? What is Dai?
What is Dai? Dai is a cryptocurrency that aims to be worth exactly $1. It's called a stablecoin because it aims to have a stable value. Other cryptocurrencies are constantly going up or down against the US dollar. Not Dai. Dai attempts to be worth as close to $1 as possible. Because it's a stablecoin, people who hold Dai worry less about the price falling, which would cause their holdings to lose value. They also worry less about Dai's price going up, making them regret a big purchase in the past. In 2010, someone famously bought 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin, worth about $30 at the time. That amounts to several $1 million per pizza today. If only they could have used 30 Dai to buy those pizzas instead. Besides being a stablecoin, Dai is also a decentralized cryptocurrency running on the Ethereum blockchain. Being a cryptocurrency gives it advantages over cash, such as efficient global transfers, programmable transactions, and more. In the next lesson, we'll explore how these advantages make Dai a useful store of value and means of exchange.
So here we can see that they're making the case, right, that that Dai, this coin here, it's a decentralized stablecoin run on Ethereum blockchain, so it's connected to Ethereum. It also aims to always be worth $1. They're making the claim, obviously, that it's a great store of value, and that it's an easy means of exchange, right? So it has some purpose behind it, and I guess we'll find out more in the next lesson. Okay. Now, of course, for those that I didn't say or tell you, this is the Coinbase platform that we're using for education. If you are a person that has yet to get into cryptocurrency and you have an interest, then you will need an exchange to be able to transact. If you don't have an exchange and you like one, and maybe you like Coinbase, then just let me know. I do have a link that you can click to get your account started. And that same link will be found in the description of this video on YouTube and Facebook. Okay. So what is Dai used for?
What is Dai used for? Dai is a stablecoin that aims to be worth $1. But why would anyone want Dai? Why not just use dollars? There are several reasons someone might prefer Dai. First of all, it's borderless. No matter where you live, you can hold Dai. For the estimated 1.8 billion people worldwide who don't have access to a bank, this offers a potential way to hold value without a bank account. It's also a way for people to protect that value if they live in an economy suffering from hyperinflation, which can happen when the government prints so much money that the value of that money goes down rapidly. Second, Dai is programmable. It's controlled with code, giving it enormous flexibility. For example, if you owned a business that needed to pay a lot of people every day, you could write a smart contract that automatically sends Dai to each person for as long as you like. And because it's powered by code and the blockchain, these transfers can take place on Sundays, bank holidays, and even at exact times, down to the minute, for very low fees. That's not feasible with today's banking infrastructure. Third, Dai is easy to transfer. You can send Dai anywhere in the world in a few minutes for a few cents. Compare that to international bank and wire transfers that take days or charge very high fees. Dai runs on the Ethereum blockchain, making it fast and inexpensive. Fourth, Dai is decentralized. Because it's a cryptocurrency, it can be stored using a mobile wallet app. No bank account required. That means you don't need to trust a bank or company with your money. You'll always have access to your funds, and your account can never be frozen. Fifth, Dai is transparent and open source. Anyone can download, view, and use the code behind Dai, and the system that generates Dai is public and auditable. Finally, Dai is collateralized, meaning it's backed by other assets. For every Dai, the estimated 1.8 billion people, it's borderless. No matter where you live, you can hold Dai. For the estimated 1.8 billion people worldwide who don't have access to a bank, this offers a potential way to hold value without a bank account. It's also a way for people to protect that value if they live in an economy suffering from hyperinflation, which can happen when the government prints so much money that the value of that money goes down rapidly. Second, Dai is programmable. It's controlled with code, giving it enormous flexibility. For example, if you owned a business that needed to pay a lot of people every day, you could write a smart contract that automatically sends Dai to each person for as long as you like. And because it's powered by code and the blockchain, these transfers can take place on Sundays, bank holidays, and even at exact times, down to the minute, for very low fees. That's not feasible with today's banking infrastructure. Third, Dai is easy to transfer. You can send Dai anywhere in the world in a few minutes for a few cents. Compare that to international bank and wire transfers that take days or charge very high fees. Dai runs on the Ethereum blockchain, making it fast and inexpensive. Fourth, Dai is decentralized. Because it's a cryptocurrency, it can be stored using a mobile wallet app. No bank account required. That means you don't need to trust a bank or company with your money. You'll always have access to your funds, and your account can never be frozen. Fifth, Dai is transparent and open source. Anyone can download, view, and use the code behind Dai, and the system that generates Dai is public and auditable. Finally, Dai is collateralized, meaning it's backed by other assets. For every Dai, there's over $1 worth of crypto backing it up in a smart contract. This collateral gives Dai its fundamental value. In the next lesson, we'll explore how this works.
So let me see if I can get out of this. So it has some features to it. There are ways. One reason of Dai instead of dollars is borderless, programmable, and collateralized. Once it is held in a crypto wallet, no bank account required. So think about those people who are out there who don't have bank accounts. Or have been you're restricted from using bank accounts or can't get approved for a bank account or something like that. So now you start moving to a space where the unbanked can do transactions like those that are banked. So I don't know how much of the population or how much of America that is or whatever, but we're starting to see a space where something like Dai could find its niche. For some of what it was kind of created to do. This is interesting. All right. So how does Dai stay stable?
How does Dai stay stable? Dai is a stablecoin that aims to be worth $1. How is that possible? Let's take a look. This is Margaret. She has Ethereum or ETH, and she wants some Dai. To get Dai, she could buy some with her ETH on an exchange. Or if she doesn't want to sell her ETH, she could use it to generate Dai. It works something like this. Let's say Margaret wants 100 Dai. In order to generate it, Margaret can deposit her Ethereum into something called a CDP. Think of a CDP as a vault for Margaret's collateral. The exact amount of Dai she generates is proportional to the amount of ETH she deposits. A typical ratio is 3-to-1. That means if she deposits $300 worth of ETH, she gets $100 of Dai back. As soon as she deposits that ETH, she gets Dai. Now she can use that Dai however she wants. In order to get her Ethereum back, she has to return the Dai and pay what's called a stability fee. This simple system creates economic incentives that aim to keep Dai equal to $1. Here's how the incentives work. If Dai falls below $1, Margaret can buy some cheap Dai and use that to get her Ethereum back at a discount. If Dai goes above $1, Margaret can do the opposite. She can generate Dai against her ETH and gain additional purchasing power. When you have thousands of Margarets generating and paying back Dai, these economic incentives, along with publicly voted on adjustments to the stability fee, aim to keep the price of Dai at $1. This system isn't magic. It's math, economics, and open source code. Today, the Dai creation process is one of the largest decentralized applications in the world, with over $300 million of ETH held in CDPs. And for good reason. Since it was launched in 2017, Dai has stayed close in value to $1. That's a big accomplishment in the ever-evolving world of decentralized finance.
So these are some key words, man, I keep hearing when it comes to, I guess cryptocurrency, decentralized finance, this particular case, a stable coin, trying to stay close to $1, incentives. And so one of those incentives that I mentioned is that, you get, for those that hold this particular coin, they pay in 2%. And we just showed how that's a larger rate of being paid back to the user than you're finding in your banks right now. So, I'm not necessarily advocating for you to take your money out the bank and put it in cryptocurrency, but I guess I am, really just giving you the information for you to be able to make a decision what's good for you and your household. Of course, we're talking about decentralized finance, not deregulated coins and things like that. So there's the I guess you can call it, there is the risk, right? There's the risk right there as well. So anyway, I think that's fine. That's interesting. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Generate Dai with Maker. So we have looked at Maker before. Let's see what this is about. This is a 10-minute video, and it's talking about CDP, all this stuff here. Was I supposed to do something here? You'll learn. It don't look like it's playing nothing. Okay, so it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do this one. So anyway, so I guess there was a place where you guys could find this probably if you have your Coinbase platform or account or something like that. You'll probably be able to take that last little quiz and get paid to do it. Have that thing, a CDP or centralized debt. What was it again? Let me read it again. 1 second. What does CDP stand for? A collateralized debt position. Okay, that's what CDP stands for, collateralized debt position. So Dai is a decentralized stablecoin running on the Ethereum platform that attempts to maintain the value of $1. Unlike centralized stablecoins, Dai isn't backed by the dollar in the bank account. Instead, it's backed by collateral on the Maker platform. Note, if the Dai credit system is upgraded or shut down, Dai holders may need to convert their Dai to Ethereum through the Maker platform. Read at the white paper. So they do have a website as well. They do have your API. So it's currently annualized. Rewards accrue and compound daily, and the rate is subject to change. So this is again, when we start getting into this space, we're talking about, we're talking about, oh, look at this earned out. We're talking about, programming and developers and all that stuff as well. So we'll read this real quick. Dai is a smart digital currency for everyone, buy, send, and manage in one place. Learn about Dai. I think we kind of did that, but here's an introduction into Dai. Money is an essential part of our lives. It's a symbol of trust and holds value for exchange. It should be there for you and worth the same amount each day. Instead, money has become something you cannot trust and cannot always control. The internet made many things digital. It lowered the barriers to information, making things more accessible and transparent. What the internet did to information, it did not initially do for currency. Bitcoin introduced a new way to transact and store value, but its volatility made it more like an investment than cash. The internet needed a better, more stable currency. Dai is digital money for the digital age. Everybody putting console digital money. So you see here where they're in this intro, they're saying, hey, Bitcoin was created, but it was so volatile. It's been so volatile. As you can see, it's at $33-something thousand a day. And so people are not looking at it for its store value. They're looking at it as an investment. But you do have this coin Dai, which is really created to kind of be, digital money. So we kind of covered this already. It's reliable. It's borderless. It's control. there as well. And let's read through those because it look like that's all they got. Then they start talking about you getting Dai. So Dai is a digital currency. That values consistently tracks US dollar. This means that you can easily understand how much you have and how much you're spending and won't suffer from the volatility associated with many other cryptocurrencies. So if you've seen cryptocurrency, sometimes you don't know how much that thing is worth when you start playing, getting to these decimals and all this stuff. So Dai is reliable because Dai is closely pegged to US dollar. It has a reliable value. Whether you want to use it to buy something or borrow it to repay over time, you can be sure its value will remain relatively stable. That is because for every Dai that is in existence, it is backed by assets worth more than a Dai, much like how traditional money used to be backed by physical gold. Dai is borderless. Before digital currency, where someone lived would dictate the value of their money. You guys hear that? That's foreign exchange. Where you live doesn't dictate the articles that you can read or the music you can listen to, and it shouldn't dictate the currency you can access. Dai is global and borderless. You can think of it like email. If you have access to the internet, you have access to Dai. And then Dai is control. With Dai, you and only you have access and control over it. Dai uses blockchain technology to ensure the highest level of trust and transparency. And because of the way blockchain technology works, you ultimately get to decide just how secure you want it to be. This does ultimately mean you are your own security. So it's very important to keep access to your Dai and Oasis account secure. It is possible to delegate control and authorize certain apps such as Oasis to spend Dai on your behalf, but you'll always have to authorize this, and you will get to set a limit on the amount. And so this is this cryptocurrency called Dai. Again, guys, it's going to always be kind of be of a dollar because it's supposed to be stable. But the cool thing is it does kind of get you a little annual percentage rate for anything that you might hold in this particular space. And I'll see if I can show you real quick. I believe it may be I don't know where. I'm trying to find it. Oh, here it is. So I thought I could. So anyway, I got Dai right here, which is I've only earned 2 cents, right? But it's always moving. And so here's the reward here. And I only got $150 in here, so it's okay. There's many rewards that haven't been added to your account yet. Okay, so I did receive some, and there are some. So 5 days after each person to transfer. After that, you receive a reward daily. So I'll receive a reward daily. Then if I acquire any new Dai, it'll take 5 days before the new stuff hits my account. It's an annualized yield offered for Dai, and my rewards or my returns accrue and compound daily. So yeah, so that's what's going on. It's a stable coin that actually pays you APY, annual percentage rate. And this is in the cryptocurrency space, okay? This is in the cryptocurrency space. So yeah, I know this is kind of new for a lot of people, but hopefully, we're starting to understand some of this stuff, some of this jargon a little bit better as we do this on a regular basis, and it'll help us to determine or decide if cryptocurrency is a thing for us. And again, if you are a person that wants to have wants access to crypto and you don't, then I do have a link that you can use. You can find in the description of this video and Facebook or YouTube. Other than that, guys, that's our crypto learning for tonight. Hopefully you've learned something, and I appreciate you guys for showing up. I want you guys to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we all we need. And thank God, that's more than enough. Until next episode, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.